What up with it? It's 800 North. I'm Thomas Kane. I got my guy Vito, 20 over 25-year brother.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm talking about? I had to call on Vito because he's a Duke enthusiast, and I'm kind of I had a little apprehension, man. I got a little apprehension with Cam Boozer if he falls to number 4, because I only, you know what? Actually, I really just watched the college basketball from the conference tournaments to March Madness. I don't really watch it during the season. So I know you actually watch Duke play. So give me an idea what you think about Booz, man. Is he a high level glue guy, kind of an Al Horford type, or is he like is he a cornerstone? Could you build a franchise around Carlos Boozer? I mean, Cameron Boozer. See, I'm already thinking about Carlos Boozer, man.
So yeah, so that's a really good question.
For
so
sure.
Let's take a step back. And your original comment, right? You want to call him Carlos, but he's better. He's better than his dad. Okay. So what you saw from his,
and he was he about a 3 or 4 time All-Star?
Yeah,
I think he was. Sure. At one point, Carlos was actually a top 3 power forward in the league.
He definitely was. Everybody want to go back and watch that footage when he dominated Yao Ming like nobody ever did. Shaquille O'Neal couldn't dominate Yao Ming like Carlos Boozer did in that series. So
right.
I can watch that. Yeah, that's kind of what you're getting from Cam. But the difference between Cam and his dad is his floor game is a lot better, right? He can dribble. He can bring the ball to the floor. He relieves pressure off of guards. You know, somebody, the guard's getting his cookies going in. You can give it to him, and the big man is not going to pressure him all out. 94 feet. So he's got that in his bag. He's a above average shooter. Spot up threes, but he has this move, right? And it's a unique thing that kids are really not doing in this day and age. He'll get the ball in the perimeter, do his, the 3-stage jab step. He'll get downhill, and then he'll kind of stop, and then he'll turn his back to a big man, and he'll start working back to the basket. And he left, right, over the shoulder type moves. So I mean, I'm real high on Cam Boozer. What I would say in limitations, I'm not really seeing the electric fire. Like he screams, but just like want to go back to his daddy, referencing daddy screamed all game, hey, all that kind of stuff, right? He don't really do that. Right. Maybe I don't know, that may not be where he may not have an engine to rev up and really compete against guys that are maybe better than him. But we really haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it because he always be best player on the court.
Yeah, his track record, high school, 4-year state champ, and then also the other thing that they really talk about is he never lost in the EYBL.
Oh wow!
AAU, national champions AAU every year that he played. Expressions.
So he's a winner, man.
His twin brother had never lost at the end of the year until this tournament, and guess what? His brother did the turnover. And it was a wild turnover, and if he wouldn't have had that wild turnover that led to that wild shot, we could be talking about a dude that won 5 years in a row.
And I had a question about that game too, because like you said, I ain't gonna say nobody at no point was somebody just better than him on the court, right? But when I saw Terrence Reed about the same, a little bit bigger, about a couple pounds bigger, a little bit taller. He was giving them little problems, even though Cam Boozer did. What he had, like 27 that game?
Yeah,
I think he had 27. He put in work. But when Terrence Reed got the ball, he went busy too, especially in that first half. So that's that's really my apprehension with it. Is he played more defense than Carlos Boozer, but do we have a defensive ceiling because he kind of.
I think so. I think that would probably be one of the knocks on him, that he's not a lockdown defender. But I think the defense is kind of
Could he be average, though?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He could be average.
Okay.
But my thing about the whole Reed situation is Reed did that to everybody. And he's probably going to do that in the NBA.
Low key, I want, if he slipped down to the lower 30s, the Bulls need to, they need to try to move on up, man. I'll get that second pick to move up to 30 to get him. If he slipped down there.
Yeah, that dude has an absolute old school type of game where he's back to the basket, pound you, lay. That's what he's trying to do. He ain't trying to step out. He ain't trying to shake you up on the perimeter, none of that. He's trying to get you and punish you in the paint.
He set good screens, too.
Yeah, and that's old school
So,
basketball. So that it could translate right technically, but who knows? Cam, on the other hand, he could definitely. I got him topping out as a okay defender, right? Not a turnstile. He could
okay,
be a turnstile though. Like that would be my fear, right?
that's
The
okay.
that would be my fear is that really can't guard elite
But
forwards
think
in the
about this
NBA.
though.
I don't know if that's even the case.
Is he more liable than what Vooch was doing? Like, cause
Oh no,
Vooch
absolutely not.
is okay. See,
He's a
so
better
that's all I
athlete than
need.
Vooch.
If I can get better defense than what Vooch showed us, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, he's a
On
better
top of
athlete
his
than Vooch.
on top of his floor game, his IQ, his floor game, I'll take it then.
Yeah, because I think he like vertically challenged, right? So he ain't jumping at the gym, but he's super smart.
So let me
And at
see
a certain
what.
point where he'll be out here taking charges and doing a Draymond Green type thing. That's
Okay,
kind of his ceiling defensively. So to be Draymond Green defensively is, that's a Hall of Famer.
right. This is his
Yeah.
combined numbers. It ain't that bad because a 35 is good for a big
I
man
have
to wait.
a lot of the most important ones in terms of bigs. So
Yeah, he
he was
ain't no
solid.
slouch. He's solid, right?
Like I said,
But
his
is that is
athleticism is not going to jump off the page at you. That's not what you're looking for. If you want to get good, solid athletic numbers, that's a huge plus because even if they were like low athletic numbers, the polish on his game will still overcome that. Like the dude is super polished. Like you get it down under the rim, he's left hand, right hand, will dunk you. Like he got that type of game, but also like I said, he's stepping out. He's like a floor leader, floor general type. Like he'll bring the ball up the floor, he initiate the offense. He can shoot it. You can't leave him open.
no? I noticed, and that's what I saw in that combine.
Yeah, I
So
was joking
my
during the
question,
season, calling him Mister, the new fundamental with my one of my homeboys, Luda, because he like to hate on my Duke guys all the time. No matter who it is, he gonna hate on. He hate on Zion. He hate on everybody. You say it wasn't. He was saying that he don't like him. He don't like him. I'm like, dude, this dude is polished like Tim Duncan. Now he ain't as good as Tim Duncan, and Tim Duncan one of the greatest players of all time. But when he reminds me of Tim Duncan in terms of like his fundamental, he's super fundamentally sound. Like he's not gonna make mistakes because he out of control and he don't know what he's doing. Like he's getting dominated. If he has a bad game, he probably because he got dominated. Well, he's just having a really off night, and because he ain't doing things right.
so let's look at his ceiling then. Can I expect him? Okay, if I have Cam Boozer on my squad, can I expect to be 6 or better in the East with Cam Boozer? Because Al Horford, I'm just doing the comparison with Al Horford. Al Horford was one of those glue guys, but if you had him on your team, you had a good team, and you just slide him in, he'll put you over the top. But you're not going to build around Al Horford.
Ceiling is definitely over Al Horford.
Okay,
Ceiling.
okay.
I feel like his floor may be Al Horford, honestly.
Okay, that's good.
Right.
If that's the
I
floor,
can't see him being a bust at all in any way, shape, or form. He can't. It's almost impossible for him to be a bust. His game has too much polish on it.
okay.
Way too much. Like, he'll fit in anywhere. Wherever you put him, he's gonna fit in. He's not ball dominant. He don't need the ball. He move without the ball. He can shoot.
Okay.
I would say, yeah, like I said, the only real question about him is really defense. And that wasn't really that questionable, but it's just questionable just because we haven't seen him dominate. We've seen him dominate offensively. We haven't seen him dominate defensively, and he kind of got exposed a little bit by they're big, Reed kind of exposed him in terms of size, but he handled the size all season too. That's the other thing. Like when you watch Duke all year, you see him dominate Michigan. Like a lot of people don't know that Duke beat the hell out of Michigan. Well, not the hell. It was easy. It wasn't like it didn't come down to the last 2 minutes of the game. Like it was almost garbage time. Like I think we won like 8 or something on a neutral floor. So it wasn't like it was in Cameron, right?
Okay.
He had a lot of good tests throughout the season.
So if you had the choice, and you had the number 3 pick or number 2 pick, if you had the number 2 pick, and you had AJ gone, who was you picking out of those 3?
So for me, if I'm talking Utah, I can't get them. Utah got too many guys that play that same position. You got to do a lot of moving around. Remember, Utah just picked up JJ too.
Right.
They got JJ, and they already had Kessler. They already had.
They still got Mark in it.
Yeah. Right. they got a lot of dudes that's really playing the same position. So it's
I'm
hard for
hoping
them.
low key we get Kessler. They send him that restricted because he a restricted free agent. They send him.
They could be on some maneuvering. You know, they talking about a lot of trades and stuff that could possibly happen with these all the picks from one all the way down to the bottom. They say all that stuff is in play because Washington is really like they on the fence. They don't know who they want, and if they don't know who they want, then they can easily trade down and still get who they want.
Right.
You know? So that's a good hand to have. And Utah the same way. Like Utah now, you got if they pick AJ, now you either picking Darren or you picking Carlos. I mean Carlos. We call him dude Carlos. Cam, and then you also got Caleb. They don't need Caleb or Cam. And if they don't really want Darren Peterson, then they trading out of that number 2 pick because they gonna get something else too. So it's actually fluid. Who's number 3? Memphis. Is that Memphis at number 3?
Yeah, Memphis number 3.
They super fluid. They trying to get rid of Ja. So imagine that. Putting Ja in the package somewhere. They might even go after the number 1 pick. Perhaps.
Yeah, they could.
Because Washington got some good young pieces.
Memphis need AJ. If they AJ number 1 considered the number 1 pick, that he'll look good in Memphis.
If they love him enough, they could put something together with Washington that would be amazing. And Washington would only be falling back to 3 with this amazing pick. Like I said, Washington's not really sold on who they're getting at number 1. So for them to trade and get a Ja Morant and they may trade out, but trade going to a better place too, right? Maybe.
Right.
We'll see. It's gonna be huge. But back to your question, I love Cam Boozer. So I would give him number 1. But that's just me. That's the Duke in me.
And to be honest, if you look at it, if you let the numbers reflect, man, because like I said, I tuned into the tournament. He had the best tournament out of everybody because AJ, he flamed out in the first game, I think. He only played 1 game.
He had a good game, but they lost. And
he had a good I don't know if he had a good game. He had stats, but he shot like 20. He had like 27 shots. Cam had the best out of the 4.
Oh, for sure.
Caleb didn't even play because I think he got injured in February.
Yeah, he got injured. Yeah, he only played against Duke once, but he did sort of dominate. So that's the other thing.
Oh, wow.
On tape, he got busy against Cam. He didn't dominate him, but he got busy and they won the game. So they gave Duke one of their 2 losses of the season. Carolina, they lost to Carolina and they lost to I want to say another conference team or Clemson or somebody, I forgot. But 2 losses. No.
What you call it?
It was Texas Tech. It was one of those high level teams that beat us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it was Texas Tech. By like 2.
So what you calling it? Is he a cornerstone or is he a high level glue guy? Which one you gonna go with?
I think he's a cornerstone, honestly.
Okay.
But it also remains to be seen where he's going. Like he can't go somewhere in purgatory and die. He can't go to Washington. he's not a cornerstone for Washington. He's got to be in a good situation. He's got to go here. If he comes here and they build around him, then he could be one of those guys. He could put a Boozer name up in the Raptors if possible.
Nice.
He's like Elton Brand. He's like a new age, better Elton Brand. People love Elton Brand.
Right, because he got a flame. Elton Brand, he had to jump out to about 18 feet, maybe 17 feet. Boo's got to jump all the way out to NBA range.
Mm-hmm.
Like
and that's the way the game is played.
Soft.
You know, they play the game that way. Even at the lower level AAU, you got the tallest dude on the floor still shooting threes. Not even going down there. He can eat all day. He's a foot taller than everybody, but he out here trying to shake people on the perimeter. And that's how the game has been played for years. And obviously, Cam Boozer has dominated every level. He ain't never lost to EYBL. And that's saying a lot because that is the cream
especially
of the crop.
With that class.
Yeah.
Class they had.
Exactly. And you got to remember, those other guys were a part of that class at once upon a time, too.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Cooper Flagg was a part of the class.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He had a better year than Cooper. His year was better than Cooper's last year.
You that's arguable. Yes, I would. I
feel like
I would have to look at the numbers and kind of go back and remember. Yeah, they kind of flamed out at the end the same way, but not necessarily because Cam didn't make the play that made them lose. And yeah, Cooper definitely dribbled the ball off his foot two plays in a row.
I know
So
for what I saw last year, Cooper jagged that game.
he jacked the game for sure.
He jagged that game,
He personally jacked the game.
but yeah,
Cam didn't do that.
So,
His
right.
twin brother did it. And then also, if you watch that game too, it wasn't just that play, because it was a play that Evans dribbled the ball. Clearly, it was ridiculously off his foot. I'm like, what are you doing?
He had a terrible game.
He had a terrible game. I don't even know why he even thought that he was going to be a first round pick. But we'll see. Come back. I haven't even heard no buzz about him. He needs to come back. Go ahead and come back one more year. Cut the nets down. They're going to be super deep. Anyway.
All right, man. I'm glad I got up with you on this episode, man. This is the Cam Boozer episode. I want y'all to tune in, subscribe. We're going to come back Friday or Saturday. We're going to do a Caleb Wilson episode and a Darren Peterson episode. But yeah, I'm going to holler at y'all, man. Stay in tune.